Alright, we are live. Alright everyone, we are going to be starting a new speed game on the channel. Today we'll be doing a game called Monster Lab, one of my childhood favorites. This game came out on the Nintendo DS, the Wii, and the PS2. I mean, this is my original childhood copy on the DS. I'm playing it on my physical DS right now. I actually created the first ever speedrun of this game on the entire internet. The video's up on the channel if you want to see it. I wouldn't recommend it. The video's pretty choppy and old. But ever since then, I did lose the record because someone else actually came along and beaten it by like 14 minutes. My goal with this game, before moving on to the next game, is I want to reclaim my record and get the record on the Wii. I never played the Wii version before in my life. They're literally the same game across all consoles. The only difference is just graphics and loading time. The DS version is actually the fastest because there's almost no loading times. The Wii version and the PS2 versions have quite a lot of loading times because you have to play the games on a disc. So I probably won't take the Wii version as seriously, but I do want to get the record on the DS back. But yeah, this game's pretty fun. You get to like create your own monsters and battle other monsters, and there's even a plot to follow along too. And the overall goal for this game is there are 6 worlds where you have to battle monsters and do missions, and each of those worlds ends in a boss fight. There's a city called Cobbleshire, there's a swamp called the Neverglades, there's a graveyard called Tombstone Rise, there's a junkyard called the Junk Stack, there's another wildlife area called Wildwoods, and the 6th one is Marty Manor. The main villain of this game is a guy named Baron Marty. He's like a guy who broke away from the Mad Science Alliance, the 3 scientists who create monsters, and I don't know. His whole goal is to like take over the land or something like that. And in Marty Manor, you have to defeat his monster, the final boss of the game. It is very freaking hard. Like, even playing casually as a kid, like, it was probably one of the hardest boss fights in any video game ever. Like, it was insane. But, yeah. Today probably won't be as serious of a speedrun because I haven't played this game in over 4 years. Literally since 2021. July 2021 is when I submitted my, my 2 hour, 39 minute, and 15 second speedrun record. The new world record's a 2:25. And I won't end up beating it today, probably. I'll just be relearning the game. And I was actually really worried that I wasn't going to have my notes. Because I knew for a fact I had notes typed up, but they weren't on Google Docs, and I couldn't find them anywhere. But then I looked on my external hard drive, and I actually found them. So I actually do have the notes that I made all those years ago. And they're very detailed notes, too. It's going to be a little annoying doing this, though, because I don't have a stylus. I'm not sure what to use. I would probably have to end up using my, I don't know. I got a pen right here I can use. I have a screen protector on it, so as long as I'm gentle, it'll be fine. Alright. Got my mic in a better position. Alright, well, I guess we're ready to get started with our first speedrun in a long time. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh. Damn it. I have to press the touch screen. Alright, so this first main mission right here, you're controlling Professor Fuseless's monster. It, these first two fights are essentially the tutorial. So basically, each monster has a torso, head, arms, and legs. And the whole goal is you either knock out the monster's torso, which has the most amount of health to it, because the monster's whole life energy is essentially the torso, or you just knock out everything else. What that was is, after each fight, you have to repair your monster. That's how you repair it. Yeah, after this tutorial, we'll get to make our own monster, and we even get to make our own parts. Alright, now we get to make an arm. So basically, in this game, there's three types of monster parts. There are mechanical parts, biological parts, and alchemical parts. The alchemical parts are sort of like magic. And you can make arms, legs, torsos, and a head for each of the three types of monster parts. And they all have advantages and disadvantages against each other. Mechanical parts have an advantage over biological, and then biological is good against alchemical. Alchemical is good against mechanical. It's sort of like a grass, fire, water Pokemon starter type of thing. And of course, if you go the opposite way, there are resistances too. Like if you try to use a mechanical move on an alchemical body part, it'll do less damage. And with making all these games, you see on the bottom screen in the top left, you see a little green health bar. That is going to be the quality of your machine part. The better you play the minigame, the better quality your machine part will have. Alright, so this weapon right here is the Cannon Mark 1. What this essentially does is, look at its top attack. It's a move called Cannon Fire. It hits the torso directly for 18 damage, and it costs 2 energy. It is a very powerful move this early in the game. Alright, now we're going to make our own monster using that arm. There's also mini games you can do with each of your monsters too. This is one where you have to like dig up buried treasure. And whenever you complete one of these mini games here, you get monster parts or ingredients to make parts. This one you essentially just have to do some tracing. This game on the Wii and PS2 is very difficult. Oh, my mic. Wait, I think I'm forgetting something. No, I'm not. Yeah, I gotta try to avoid these monsters if I can, but sometimes they're annoying. Alright, so we need a metal platter, a worn spindle. The metal platter is gonna let us create a head that looks like a UFO, and the worn spindle will give it a positive effect. Any body part you make could have a positive effect or a negative effect. It's sort of like a bonus to it. Like, moves might cost less energy, they might be more powerful, do more damage to certain parts, stuff like that. However, though, since I did use the worn spindle, it's going to have a nice little bonus to it. I won't be able to use it until I get to a higher rank. So what this game is, this is to create a... Whoops. This is to create a mechanical head. You essentially have to smash the two robots that don't have that pattern on the bottom. Yeah, this is a UAV head. It has the positive effect Celestial. It does more damage to alchemical parts. And Mechanical, it has a disadvantage against alchemical, but Celestial kind of cancels out that resistance. Alright, now to fight some monsters. It's pretty much just always better to just go directly to the Cannon Mark 1 and just use cannon fire to hit the torso directly. Plus, it has a quick animation, too. Oh yeah, this monster right here has a biological torso. I can tell it's on the bottom screen. You see how it highlights which body parts will get hit? If it appears brighter, that means it'll deal super effective damage. Thankfully, you're faster than the other monsters. Yeah, for this monster, you're going to want to use the head. The torso is an alchemical-made torso, so you got to use your biological head for it. Chomp does really good damage, too. I was kind of hoping that'd be enough. Damn. I'm looking at all my monsters' current health for all the different parts, and I'm just seeing if I need to do any repairs, but I don't think so. Alright, time to make some legs. How this minigame works is you have to just trace over these little dotted lines here. But the annoying thing is whenever you complete one of these, the timer will pause while it moves you to the next stage. So it's actually better to just do this as slow as possible. As long as your quality doesn't get to 0, you'll still succeed. Also, on the mini-map on the top screen, if you see a red monster, that means it's generally more powerful than you. Oh my god, you stupid thing. Whoops. I'm fleeing. Dude. That was close. This right here, I'm just having to smash all the pumpkins. Alright, last one. Damn it. Problem is, whenever you run away from a monster fight, it takes you back to where you started on the map. Oh, it takes you here, okay. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and make a mechanical torso. Oh my god. I mean, I kinda have to... And also, here's a little thing I found out. When you head back to the castle, your monster does not get automatically repaired. So this is why I'm repairing it. Alright, so for the torso, we're just going to use one made out of a metal platter and a worn spindle. Hey, Amelia. Giant monsters fighting. Yeah, wait till we get to the boss fights. Alright, so for making a torso here, we just have to hammer nails and screw some screws. This minigame on the Wii and PS2 versions is completely different. Oh, drained. Oh, that's disgusting. Maybe I should not have used the worn spindle for that. Okay, it has less energy. Okay. I was gonna use that new one, but I guess I should not have used the worn spindle. Some ingredients do not go good with each other. Some create positive effects, some create negative effects. I'll let this cutscene play. This is the first boss fight of Cobbleshire. It's a giant house. And it may not look like it, but that pumpkin's actually its head. The reason I know that is because in this game, when you defeat one of the bosses, you gain a copy of their head, as well as a recipe to create a better version of it, which is pretty funny. This is one of the annoying bosses to fight. Oh, I should have equipped that new head. That UFO head with the celestial benefit to it. That head, from what I've noticed from the current record holder, he made some slight changes to my old route. He said that the that head that you create actually helps speed up that boss fight a lot. So I should have equipped that. Oh, forgot to split. Also, the Cannon Mark 1 arm, the one that just shoots a cannonball at the torso, is very good here because a lot of these monsters have biological torsos. I do look forward to playing the Wii version just because, one, I've never played it before, and two, the graphics look a lot better. But I am going to have to deal with the loading screens, though. I was worried that wouldn't work. Eight scrap iron. Nice. Whoops. Well, that was bad. Same shape 3 times in a row. And of course there's a bot on Twitch. What else is new? I mean, I don't expect many people to be watching this. Damn it. I am amazed that worked. Alright, so now we're doing a mini game where we have to shake trees and scoop up treasure from it. Yeah, something I hate about the Neverglades is there's so many monsters wandering around. There's a lot of swarming insects. If you run into the insects, you have to do a little mini game where you have to squish the insects. Then there's just not much room to move around. Whoop. Alright, so this minigame, you squish the yellow bugs, but you have to avoid squishing the blue bugs. It's actually quite hard. Barely. Yeah, and biological parts are not good on mechanical parts, so I don't have to worry about my Canon Mark 1 not doing much. But pretty soon we are going to upgrade. I'm just going to kill it. Oh, it's an alchemical torso. Okay, so right now we're going to be making biological legs. We just got to stitch these things together. We're not going to be really using them, but as soon as we make these legs, we're going to immediately make a new cannon mark arm. Honestly, I might need to make a new torso, too. The problem is the Cannon Mark II, it's very powerful, and we need it for the boss fight coming up. But my torso's not going to have enough energy to power it. Yeah, I should not have used a worn spindle. So yeah, I'm gonna have to make a new one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get 3 more ranks, but I should be able to unlock it before the boss fight. Okay, this arm is down to 3 HP. Two HP. If you look in the bottom left of the bottom screen, you'll see a 2 out of 20. That's my arm's HP. Dude, that lash is only doing like 1 damage. And my arm is broken. That's fine. Alright, got a rank increase. And also, you see how on this head, the headbutt attack hits both the head and the torso? When the head is gone, the damage that would have gone to the head, some of it just goes to the torso instead. Not all of it, though. Plus, it only costs 2 energy, which is pretty good. Alright, so right here we kind of have to play Simon Says to crack the code. There wasn't much I could do to avoid that. Alright, now we head back. Alright, so this will let us make a biological arm, although we're not going to use it. The goal, you just tap the red button while it's in the green. That wasn't bad. Do I have enough rank to use that new part yet? Yeah, I do. Oh, that thing's gonna cost like 14. Okay, yeah, I need to remake that torso. Alright, so don't use a worn spindle. Maybe I think I'll use electromagnet or a lock washer. I'll use an electromagnet. It always triggered me how some of those screws you had to turn left, some of them you turn right. Like imagine turning a screw left to tighten it. Plus 32 energy. Also, golden monsters are incredibly weak. I'll need to get something in a minute. I mean, it's not an official run, so I don't mind like stopping the game for a minute. I'll beat the boss here first. Here's the boss here. The Cannon Mark II is going to completely destroy this guy. Dang, I'm one energy short. I'm gonna try just using a headbutt. Tail whip. Block. Alright, so right here we're going to make a biological head. I just threw another stake in its head. That is a pretty good head. Well, not really. Alright, give me a minute. Man, I haven't had a chatter for like 40 minutes, and it's when I have to go on a break, all of a sudden there's more. Hey, Gamer and Shadow. Oh, Monster Lab's a really fun game. Whoops. Angry mob. All right. All right, time to make a torso. Dude. Okay, that's annoying. Also, this is a scripted loss. You're meant to lose here. All right, so now because of that loss, we got to go to the we have to go to the Neverglades and go get some new parts. Oh my god. Alright, so this mini game, you gotta scoop up the garbage but avoid the fish. Alright, so I gotta use a burlap sack to make a head. I gotta make a new head and a new torso. That was not that great. Alright, this one I gotta use a brain. Right. Wait. Use burlap sack and dried snow. Fresh brain and sticky goo. Huh, I didn't use sticky goo for it. I think you just have to use those to get a level 2 part. I better do that again. Yeah, I didn't make the right head. Finally, a steak. Man, I hate these games here. Red bag head. Yeah, you're still not required to win this fight. You just gotta survive enough turns. But if you have the 2 parts, you're effectively guaranteed. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Nice miss. Oh, that's annoying. Fortunately, though, whenever you create a new monster part, the quality of the product of the monster part you create actually doesn't dictate the damage the part will deal. The only thing it affects is the amount of HP the part has. So the lower the quality, the less hits it can survive. But the amount of damage it'll do will still be the same. Yep, 2-hit. Dude, the cannon mark arms are pretty overpowered. Alright. Now we're going to make some alchemical legs that we're never going to use. This game's pretty easy. You just try and get some matching shapes and just put them in the green flames. Hey, Dominic. Also, this race here is pretty weird. You have to mash L and R, which is kind of dumb. Also, this guy's name is Johnny Legless. Alright, so this time we're going to make a head, but we're not going to really use it. Whoops. I actually had no idea if you got that sequence wrong, you gotta fight these guys. I had no idea. Damn it. Alright, here's the Tombstone Rise boss. Although I wish I healed. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I should have healed. And now I'm going to have to knock off this arm and have side kick go hit the torso. Multi-attack. Good thing it's not really using moves that hit the legs. I think if it uses a blocking move, though, I'm probably dead. Yep, I'm dead. That was my fault. After I was forced to fight those monsters earlier, I should have recovered my parts. Also, if you're wondering why it hit twice, its arm has a positive effect called multi-attack, where it has a chance of moving twice with that attack. Also, this whole time, I haven't been following my notes that I have out on the side. I wanted to see just how much of this I could remember. But now I'm gonna start looking at them. I'm gonna remember what to do. Alright, so now we're gonna create a really good quality arm. Burlap sack and a wailing soul. This is gonna create a really powerful arm. Whoop. Dang it. Look at this. The arm doesn't have much health, but look how much damage that uppercut does. I forgot to equip it. You don't really have to fight any monsters at this point anyway. I really hate how during the countdown those things can just take you out of it. That was close. Let's see, torso with a burlap sack and a wailing soul. Well, I am out of burlap sacks, so I'll just use a rattlesnake. Well, it's what I get for having made that head twice earlier. Slow. That's a lot of energy, though. Okay. I mean, all slow does is just reduce your chances of going first. Not that big a deal. Oh, look how powerful this arm is. A lot of the monsters here have mechanical parts, so alchemical has an advantage. I mean, the torso seems to be biological, so I better use the cannon fire. There we go. Watch, this is probably going to one-shot. Oh, surprisingly not. Wait. Hmm. Oh my gosh. Also, fun fact, going through those little electric balls actually does damage to all your parts. Really? Yeah, I'll definitely, like, in between streams of this, I'm gonna probably edit my notes, like change some of the ingredients on some of these parts. I think the Phoenix body might be better than whatever the burlap sack makes, but I'd have to take a look at it. I know when I was making the original guide, I relied a lot on a GameFAQs guide that someone made on, like, creating all the parts. Man, my monster avoiding skills are not that great today. One shot. Also, these are the same original legs. I've never replaced them at all. I just haven't had a need to replace them. Dude. I was trying to press left, and that ended up happening. Man, that torso has a lot of health. Alright, so what's the order for this? Top, left, bottom, top, right. Top, left, bottom, top, right. Alright, and also at this point, the monsters are so weak, it's actually faster to just one-shot them rather than run. I mean, it's always faster to just avoid them entirely. Seriously? Yeah, this torso having slow on it has been really costing time. Alright, gotta do this race again. Dang it. Dude. Also, the radioactive effect does more damage to mechanical parts, which the Cannon Mark II is mechanical. Yep. Failure. The oops badge. Alright, we're about to fight the junk stack boss. Alright, this right here is going to be one of the easiest bosses in the game because of this alchemical arm we have. Really? Awesome. There. Oh, bump the mic. Come on. How'd Soul Galeo go? Oh, it was really good. First place on the leaderboard, too. Oh. Whoops. Supposed to talk to Silva. Deep. Alright, let's see. Press A in the northeastmost tile on the map. Go to the tile one left and one up of Silva's tile and trace. Defeat all the enemies on the map. Go one down and one right and trace that stone. When am I going to make the Cannon Mark IV? Oh, right before the boss. Thing is, why didn't I make it earlier? Well... Yeah, we're still... in terms of the moon video for this week for Lunala, the voiceover's done and I edited 55% of the video today. I'll do the rest of it tomorrow. The fossil fighters? What do you mean by fossil fighters? Oh, you asking? Well, I've never played it, so probably not. Okay. Wait, what? Press A in the northeastmost tile. What do you mean? Well, I mean, I have to do this anyway. This part always confused me. I'm gonna try something. Because I'm supposed to be making some higher quality parts before fighting the boss here. But that required me to do everything else, leave, then go make the parts. So I'm going to try making the parts now. Torso with jumper cables and a superconductor if I have one. I don't have a superconductor, so I guess I'll just use a heavy cog. Ah, great. I mean, that's still a lot. Yeah, that's not really a big deal. Alright, now I've got to make a cannon Mark IV. Let's see. Thick pipe and a neutron reactor. If not, use a greasy sprocket. This will give a negative effect, but it won't affect much, since the torso will have 68 energy. Wait, what do I need? Neutron reactor. Well, good thing the greasy sprocket's a guaranteed item. You get it from the boss of the junk stack. You gotta be careful to prevent this from overheating. Otherwise I have to blow into the microphone. There we go. Oh, it's wimpy decreased damage. Like that matters because of how much damage this is doing. Do I need to make anything else? Yeah, there's some things I gotta make. Let's see. Create a new pair of biological eggs with a mutant larva and a volatile plasma. If you don't have the second, use a blood rose or a sticky goo. What am I using? Mutant larva? Yeah, mutant larva. And volatile plasma? No, I'll just use a sticky goo instead. You know what? If you do this at an increased difficulty, those bugs will actually try to crawl in the thing. Do I need to make anything else? You'll make a new head and arm later. Okay. Alright, defeat the... oh, yeah, this is the one where I have to defeat 3 monsters in a row. With no repairs. Oh, now I get a volatile plasma. I don't think that's a guaranteed one either. I think that was just random. Alright, this one I have to do a quiz. I should have put the answers in the notes. I like how 2 of the questions were like, we're better looking and we're smarter. Yes. Hmm. Oh, I forgot to split at the junk stack. Whoops. I'll just skip that split. That wasn't a skip split. 2? Yeah, skip split. Dang. Dude. Dang it. Yeah, the Wildwoods level, you have to travel to the least number of times. Dude. What happens if I run? Oh, that works. Alright, where am I going? Okay, this monster right here is actually very difficult. The plan is just to spam uppercut, but if your arm gets knocked off like that, then you gotta switch to cannon fire. If you ever see the opponent fail to move, but you see their energy bar go up, that means it was a failed dodge. Because dodges have a chance of failing. Nice. Yeah, if the opponent is flashing red in energy, that means it doesn't have enough energy to attack. So during that point, you could either attack or dodge. Because if the opponent's going to recharge, then that gives you a free hit. But if it dodges, then you waste energy and I'm dead. Oh, there was something else I forgot. Create a new biological arm using wolf's blood and toxic ooze. Whoops. Wolf's blood and toxic ooze. This is a max difficulty one. They're pretty good. Yeah, we're not going to need the Cannon Mark IV anymore. Wait, replace the Fell Scareclaw. Oh, whoops. Wrong arm. Dang it. Dude, I suck. I like how you're just hitting back pipes at people. That's pretty funny. You're just killing people. Where next? Go right down left one to find your next clue. Oh, that is annoying. Oh, wait. Before I do that, create a new alchemical torso with a rattlesnake and star powder. Don't have a star powder. I guess I'll use a possessed brew. Just, don't suck at this. Great. That was pretty good. Okay, at least no negative effects. What do I need to do next? Create a new alchemical arm with a burlap sack and a star powder. If not, use anything that'll make the difficulty 2 and it's something you haven't made before. Well, I don't have a star powder, so I'll just use a possessed brew. I just hope it doesn't give me a negative effect. Ow. Alright, so I just have to get the torso. I'm not going to replace the arm right now because I still need the cannon. Just skip a split again. Let's see, defeat demon and... What the fuck? Why? What? Where'd my monster go? That is weird. Must have been a glitch. I swear I've had that happen before. Alright, in this order, do a side kick. Uppercut. And then cannon fire until dead. I think the reason I have to do that is because I'm trying to prioritize getting rid of that arm it had. That torso I know has a lot of health. Dude. Okay. Make a new alchemical head with a power crystal and a diamond. If you have no diamond, use something to get a difficulty level of 3. I guess I'll use the possessed brew. I remember, this head, the reason I'm making this head for the boss fight is because it has a very powerful downward block. And I remember, if you use a diamond, it gets an effect called Regenerator. So it'll regenerate some of its health back every turn. Drained. Not a big deal. Make a new pair of alchemical legs with the evil tome and a philosophy ore, or anything to get a difficulty of 4. Philosophy ore. I'll need one more rank to use those. Replace the old head with the diamond head. Replace the cannon Mark IV with the Bane Scareclaw. Oh yeah, I can't equip those yet. Also, this monster up here, I remember only goes up and down, so you have to kill it. Trying to look at my rank. Oh, gifted genius right there. Current. Next rank. I'm like 40,000 away. Okay. Maybe there's some sort of reroutes I could do to make sure I have enough points to use those legs right away. Take the leftmost teleporter, go one space right, one space up, and teleport. Then take the next teleporter and fight Gorbok. Use the Bane Scareclaw arm to kill it, since his torso has too low of health compared to most monsters. Oh, my arm's gone. Shit. Forgot to repair it. And it really does show you how rusty I am. Well, that was unoptimal.
Signal which depowers any monster that isn't mine. Soon the signal will expand to cover the entire valley. Nearly outwitted. But the genius of Monty remains supreme. Farewell.
I just had to watch it. And again, I think the only way to really adjust my rank, like early on, is probably play a bunch of the mini games. But I think the amount of time it would cost to do that just wouldn't be worth it. Because it doesn't take long to attach a part. It just doesn't. one shot. I hate these bugs. I probably shouldn't have dodged. it would be nice to have the Cannon Mark IV for this guy, but it's not worth re-equipping the arm just for one fight. Besides, these are the final monster parts I'll be taking to the final boss of the game. Funnily enough, it's all biological and alchemical parts. I don't have any mechanical parts. Because I remember when trying to find the best monster parts, I remember the mechanical ones. The problem with mechanical parts is that their health in general is just too low. Dude, why? Why'd you have to be like this? Oh my god. This guy hates me. Dude, go down. Go down, dude. Thank you. Alright, do I need to do anything else? Let's see. Equip the legs, I already did that. Save the game in case you die to Thrunch. Thrunch is the name of the final boss. I'm curious, what happens if I just let them kill me? I don't think it matters, does it? No. I was curious if it'd be faster to let them, but no, it's faster to try and kill them yourself. Okay. Or there are people up here.
Stop right there. You are unqualified to challenge me to duel for supremacy. As per the Mad Science Line's charter, Section 3, Paragraph 4, Sentence 2, you have not fulfilled the qualifications for membership. And if you're not a member, I don't have to acknowledge you. Does anyone see a challenger here? I don't see anyone.
Is that the best you can do? To become a member of the Alliance, the apprentice must simply sign the charter.
We heartily endorse his membership. See? I'm not worried anyway. This monster defeated the best you had once before, and can surely do so again.
Alright. This fight was so hard to route. But this is what I got. Block with the head until it falls off. That arm right there using Mercy Strike is so freaking powerful. The whole point of blocking is to try and get rid of that arm, if possible. Because he will spam Mercy Strike. You can't just aim for the torso either. That torso probably has thousands of hit points. I don't have a way to check, but it wouldn't surprise me if it did. Alright, the head only has 1 health point remaining. Alright, hit the head instead. Alright, use uppercut and back ridge with the werewolf arm to knock off the head and the arm if still on. That is the reason we have the werewolf arm. Like, since that torso has so much health, it's better to just knock off everything else. It's the only monster in the entire game where you want to do that. Ow. Alright, let's see. When just the right arm and the legs are left, spam uppercut with werewolf arm. If Thrunch is above 20 energy, it'll attack with the right arm. If Thrunch is below 20, it could block, so don't attack. If 34 energy or higher, Thrunch will either attack with the arm or attack with the legs. Do not block. If Thrunch is red and flashing, feel free to attack with the uppercut. You don't need... with uppercut if you don't need to recharge. Okay, so since it's 10, it's probably gonna block or dodge, so I better dodge. Yep. Okay, I better dodge again. Alright. So basically, I want to use the upward block on the legs to try and get rid of that arm. And then I can use leg swat here to help get rid of the legs. Multi-attack. Unfortunately, block does not work with that. Oh, that is annoying. Good thing these legs have a buttload of health. Dude, quit doing that. Alright, so that means now my only way of knocking out the legs is via blocking, but he's gonna be spamming that arm. Okay, the legs are gone. Theoretically, I could spam uppercut if I wanted to, but I think blocking is going to be better because he can only attack with the arm. That arm has so much health. I just did that to experiment. Yeah, it's better to use dodge, because if the opponent uses recharge, the dodge happens at the same time, so it's faster. Come on. Any minute now. That arm's got so much health. But yeah, I'm definitely refreshed with the route now. So I think in between the two Monster Lab streams, I'll do another one next week. Nice. Three, 12, 11. That was a bad run, but this was mainly just to be a refresher. Nice to first try the final boss, though. Posted a short. That's nice. So yeah, in between the streams, I'm for sure gonna watch the actual record, which is a 2:25, and keep an eye out for route changes. Because I actually never published these notes. I guess at some point I meant to publish them, but I never did. But yeah, I remember I was doing all this testing. I think I was doing it on emulator originally. I had to find out, like, as soon as the head and the left arm that spams Bershi Strike were knocked off, as soon as all that happened, what I essentially needed to do was figure out how the attacks with the right arm and the legs worked, because the legs would spam block a lot. But then I was able to figure out if it's above 20 energy, it will attack with its right arm. If it's below 20, but not flashing red, it will block. So it basically blocks when it's low on energy, but it can, yeah, when it's under 20, it'll block. If it's over 20, it'll be the right arm. But if it's 34 or higher, then it'll attack with either the arm or attack with the legs, but it won't ever use block. But honestly, I gotta figure out a way for that Cannon Mark IV to not have Wimpy. But at the same time, the Greasy Sprocket's a guaranteed item. The item that would prevent it is RNG. I want to look at some. Yeah, I know the Greasy Sprocket is bad, because it leads to the negative effect. How much is that supposed to have? Let me look at the recipe. It's supposed to have 124, but my cannon fire was, what was it, 105? $105. See, I was losing out on potentially 30 hit points every turn all because of that. And the head having drained wasn't really that big of a deal. Actually, how much? The thing had 73 energy, but how much is this torso supposed to have? 62. Oh, so when the head is on, this thing has 62. But if it doesn't have that head, it's 73. But all of these body parts are essentially important. Because I remember looking at all the parts. This Reaper floater right here has one of the most powerful blocking moves in the entire game. Anything else I want to look at? Not really, no. Well, thank y'all for standing by. I do appreciate it. Next week on Wednesday, I will do some serious runs, and I'll revise my notes, see what the current record does, any route changes, and hopefully we'll get in a really good run. If we can get in a good run on the DS, we'll then move over to the Nintendo Wii. Because the Nintendo Wii has way better graphics than this. I could probably show a sneak peek of it. Okay. Now I'll show this off. Gonna put this DS capture card back in my case. Alright, I'll go ahead and show it off what it looks like on the Wii. I will not play it on I will not play it on the PS2 because I don't have one of those. All right, here's a video from
Hey, I'm Grump. I'm not so Grump. And we're the Game Grumps.
Hey, Danny, all set
they
up?
did an old video of this from 7
Y'all
years
ready
ago.
to go?
Yes. Monster Lab.
It's I don't know what
It
the fuck
was a
this is.
monster lab.
He did the lab.
Ah!
Jesus Christ.
So
Wait, so you are the robot, or you're trying to stop the robot?
Why does my village get all the monsters?
I don't know, Mayor Dracula.
The useless
Niter voting?
Yeah, no votes.
here.
Oh.
Can you do something about those creatures? They are blocking my path to re-election. I mean, my path home.
His like the distance between his mouth and his nose looks like a fat dude's beer belly.
Yeah, it like there's a lot that's terrible about his face. Not the least of which the fact that the mouth doesn't move in sync with the audio.
Yeah, you can tell like
What is
the
Are these
overworld's
little
the same,
battles
all
that
the
you'll have to
monsters are the
do?
same. Literally the difference just the graphics
Oh,
and
I
stuff.
think so. I think. Yeah,
Whoa.
you gotta fight. This is like mail order monsters, bro.
What, really?
Absolutely.
Dude, this is the new mail order monsters.
Yeah,
look at this.
Except it's not anything like this. Oh, God.
All right, Mongor, you're going down.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
those
a
intros
Can't
are
choose your
normal.
guy, and there's no.
I think that might be the tutorial.
Oh,
Oh man, what did we get ourselves into?
yeesh.
All your monster's actions during a fight.
Yeah, okay.
Your monster is on the
Oh yeah,
left
here's what
side.
the arm making
Am I
minigame
doing?
looks like.
Oh. And we're
I wonder if you can
welding.
play this with the Wii Pro
And we're
controller.
Welding. That's like Operation.
Or the Wii Classic.
Is it water on the knee?
It's a juicy jewel of flavor.
I actually have one.
I always get Operation and Ring Pop confused.
I actually think I bought this at GameStop. They just randomly
nice.
had it for like 10
Yeah,
bucks.
fill it in.
Ah.
Good.
I wonder if it works with this.
this.
I've actually never
Oh.
used this controller before.
Oh.
I just bought it just because I didn't have it.
Gotta fill in that little comma there.
This is bananas.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I think you're doing it very well.
Huh.
I don't remember this being the
Yeah,
game.
here's my copy that I have on the Wii. I bought
Dude,
it
it's
on
just like
eBay
Spider-Man.
to
There you
speedrun it, but I
go.
never have.
I did it. Success. Was it? I don't know.
Let's
Okay,
take their
yeah,
word for
so
it.
it
They'd know
looks
better than we
like
would.
The game told me it was success, but I'm not sure. Oh, I got a
you
buckler
cannot
shield.
use the Wii
You
Classic.
got it.
I guess. Cool.
It buckles under sword pressure.
Whoa, wouldn't it be nice if you were fighting some robots right now?
Or at least fondling my nuts.
Oh yeah, I've got a little arm for that. It pinches them,
Cool.
pops it like it's it.
Lucky me. What are these people doing?
That's my brother. He invented the noodly nut scratching arm.
Ha! I've done it! I've created the nut scratcher! Oh, that's a cute, hunchback monster.
Ooh, my goggles, I can't see shit through these.
Chew! Excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, I can't wait to meet him in the lightning
I
tower.
don't want to meet you any other places. Next time on Game
Wait,
Grumps.
which one's
Yeah,
the
he's-
which one's
the game looks a lot
I
better,
don't
but
know.
it runs
It's the
slower
game
for
or
sure.
the punchy part of the game.
It's all the game.
Ah! I don't know. I'm so confused.
You got off more. You bit off more than you could chew with Monster Lab.
No, Monster Lab is full of zingers and one-liners.
That's for damned sure.
Ugh.
Well, in any case, I hope you all have a lovely day.
Yeah, stay tuned for our 138 episode
Monster Lab series.
Monster Lab series.
Yeah.
That's enough of that. Yeah, as soon as I get the record back on the DS, I'll see if I can get the record on the Wii. But anyway, I will see you all tomorrow, where we will be doing Pokemon Moon with Simipour. That'll be fun. I think it'll be pretty good.